All right, so dive in with me for a sec, okay? Picture this. You've got Nolan, the guy who made Inception, mind-bending stories, crazy visuals, and he's going head-to-head at the box office with Barbie.
Barbie.
Pink, plastic, fantastic Barbie.
Yeah, it was the clash of the cinematic titans that nobody predicted.
No one saw coming.
Yeah.
Summer 2023, Nolan's Oppenheimer, right? It's this heavy historical drama about the father of the atomic bomb.
Right.
And it comes out on the same day as Gerwig's Barbie, a vibrant satirical comedy.
Yeah.
And, get this, they both blew past expectations, like way past. Became total box office giants. Oppenheimer, a 3-hour R-rated drama, made over $900 million globally.
And Barbie shattered records, became the highest-grossing film directed by a woman ever. So clearly something resonated with people beyond just, a good marketing campaign.
Totally. It's got to be more than marketing, right?
Yeah.
So let's dive into what made these films click so well with audiences.
Okay.
Big-name directors, for sure. Nolan has his fan base. They love the intricate plots, the effects. And Gerwig, she's got that sharp social commentary, finds humor in anything. But was there something more at play here? I mean, these are two completely different films. How did they both end up captivating the world's attention at the same time?
It's a good question. You got to think about the timing. We were coming out of the pandemic.
Right.
People craved shared experiences, something to talk about.
Right.
And Barbenheimer. This weird, completely unexpected pairing, it gave people that.
More than a movie. It was an event, part of the conversation.
Exactly. Each film, in its own way, tapped into that. Oppenheimer, with its serious tone and those insane visuals, it leaned into the history of it all.
Oh, totally.
I mean, those trailers with the Trinity test, so much tension.
You almost felt like, I don't know, you couldn't watch it alone, had to discuss it with someone afterward.
And then you had Barbie exploding onto the scene. Pink, nostalgia, and this hint of mystery.
Right.
The marketing was pure fun, but you could tell there was going to be something deeper there. Like this isn't your average Barbie story.
Yeah. Promised a good time, but hinted at something more thought-provoking, something beyond just like the surface level.
Exactly. And that's the fascinating part. They pulled us in with two totally different films, intrigued by how different the styles were, the themes were, two completely different worlds to get into.
Okay, so we were ready for a cinematic experience. But what about the movies themselves? We talked box office, marketing, but what did people actually find when the lights went down and the story started?
That's where it gets really interesting. Because Oppenheimer wasn't just some biopic. It wasn't just, here's this brilliant physicist. It was about moral responsibility, the weight of scientific discovery. In a world like that, on the brink, you've got J. Robert Oppenheimer, Ray, and he's wrestling with this knowledge. His creation, the bomb, is going to unleash unimaginable destruction.
You really feel that tension in the film.
Absolutely.
It's not just about the science. It's about knowing what you've done, what you've unleashed.
Exactly. And the way Nolan uses a non-linear timeline, jumping back and forth from his early research to the Manhattan Project, the hearings, it makes that unease so much stronger. You're thrown into the chaos of his mind. You're right there with him, confronting those choices.
Yeah. Not an easy watch, but definitely a gripping one. And then we step out of that darkness and into, well, the brightly colored world of Barbie.
Talk about a contrast, but just as deliberate, just as impactful, in different ways, of course.
Totally. Visually, it's stunning, playful. Those colors, the sets, so whimsical. Gerwig took everything we thought we knew about Barbie and just flipped it.
She used that iconic image, the perfect doll, the perfect life, to ask some really big questions about the roles we're given, the expectations we put on ourselves, internalize, and what happens when we question those things.
And she does it with such humor. You're laughing, and then you realize what's behind the joke. Like that scene where Barbie gets out of her pink convertible. Perfect outfit, perfect hair. It's hilarious. But it's also a commentary on those beauty standards, the ones women are held to.
Social commentary disguised as a feel-good movie. Barbie gives us this lens, and we can look at our own biases or ideas about gender, the pressure to fit in. It's all there.
And that's where I see a connection, actually, between these two films that, on the surface, seem totally different. Oppenheimer and Barbie both make us think about choices and consequences.
That's a good point. It's true. For Oppenheimer, it's the bomb, this devastating power and the moral reckoning that comes after. For Barbie, it's realizing that even playing by society's rules has a cost.
Right.
Both films, in a way, they hold up this mirror to humanity, asking us to grapple with the impact we have on ourselves and on the world around us.
Okay, so you have these complex themes, But they're playing out in these two really different films. Visually, stylistically, how do the director's choices actually amplify those themes? How do they shape how we experience as viewers what's happening on screen? Let's unpack that a little. So we're talking about this film, right? And the steeped in shadows, driven by dialogue, those close-ups, those Cillian Murphy eyes, and then dot bam. It's like this explosion of color and music and movement. Barbie's world.
Wild.
Right.
Totally different vibes. But both directors, they're using those stylistic choices to pull us in deeper.
Right.
Think about the music even. Oppenheimer's score, it's haunting. Full of, I don't know, the sense of dread.
Yeah.
Like it's echoing the weight of everything they're going through, every decision.
Well, you can feel it. The weight of the world, like on his shoulders with every note.
Exactly. And then you've got Barbie. And it's this pop soundtrack, infectious, you want to get up and dance.
You can't not smile when those songs come on, even when the movie's getting into more serious stuff.
Right. And that's the cool part, these completely opposite styles. But it highlights how differently we experience things, how stories hit us in different ways.
So, okay, two incredible films, right? Both like powerhouses.
Yeah.
But then there's Barbenheimer. The phenomenon, it wasn't just going to the movies. It was a whole thing.
A cultural moment.
How'd that even happen?
It was more than just like a clever marketing campaign. It was two big stories coming together at the specific time. It sparked something.
Yeah.
This global conversation. Think about it. You've got people showing up dressed in pink to see Barbie, and then they walk out of that into the sunshine, and suddenly they're grappling with, you know, the implications of Oppenheimer, the weight of it.
It was almost like this collective, wait, we can hold both of these things in our minds at the same time?
And that's what's so interesting, right? Like audiences wanted more. They wanted nuance. Films that make you think, that make you feel, that leave you with more questions than answers, probably.
So, last thought then. We leave the theater, we walk out, back into the world. What stays with you from the whole Barbenheimer experience?
You know, for me, it's a reminder that movies, they can do that. They can spark dialogue. They make us think differently, challenge us, bring people together.
Even if it's like pairing the creation of the atomic bomb with Dot Pink.
Exactly. And maybe the biggest takeaway is that people, audiences, they want more than just to escape. They want films that make them think, make them feel, make them actually engage with everything out there, the good and the bad.
Well said. It's a good reminder that sometimes the most unexpected pairings lead to the best conversations. Thanks for geeking out with us about Barbenheimer. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep looking for those unexpected connections, the ones that make you see things in a whole new way.